Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to... Has anyone seen the bride and groom?
Sorry, we're here. We were getting lucky in the limo and we lost track of time.
No, Lucky Land Casino, with cash prizes that add up quicker than a guest registry.
In that case, I pronounce you lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Daily bonuses are waiting. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Okay, round two. Name something that's not boring.
A laundry? Ooh, a book club. Computer solitaire, huh?
Ah, sorry, we were looking for Chumba Casino. That's right, ChumbaCasino.com has over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Call.
I never believe her when she says that.
I know. They changed the language. It used to just say this call's being recorded. Now it says either someone watching or the person creating it is recording you. And I want to know is does that mean like if someone sneaks into your room that they could be recording it?
Is it like, George McFly in a tree with binoculars looking over at a girl? That too old of a reference?
That kind of thing. Yeah, right. Yeah. Hey, Chris, you want to pick a movie that was made in the last, 30 years, please?
Hey, come on. That's on repeat on TBS, like forever. So if any kid hasn't seen it, they need to get TBS.
Yeah, spoilers. This is We Should Be Better at This. And this is the TBS Review podcast where we only review things that air on TBS.
That's right. That's what we do here.
Hey, Chris, is the weather out there over 107 degrees?
Actually, it's just under that at 104. My air conditioner is actually at 90 because it keeps freezing up. So no, it does keep freezing up, but at least we have a pool to jump into and jump right back out of.
Is it? Yeah, I heard it was hot. Is it really that hot out there?
Yeah,
right
it's
now?
$100. It's $100. It's $100.
It's $100.
It's 100 degrees every day so far in the last week or so.
Oh man!
And then of course it just gets hotter the farther east you go.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. We were at 108 yesterday. We are at 106 today. So, it's a cooling off period. We had Monique and I we played a softball league together, and our softball game at 9 p.m. last night was at 101 degrees.
I'm not playing in 101 degrees at 9 o'clock at night or whatever.
Yeah. There was people like late in the game that looked like they were getting like heat stroke, like they were getting nauseous. And it was at this point, like 9:45 at night. It's like, if you're getting heat stroke and like the sun is down and whatever, that's not a good sign. But anyway,
well, you guys really should take the kegs off of each base and then they won't be so dehydrated.
That's why that's obviously what it is.
I got an idea for you though. Since it's so hot right now, you should take out some boxes and some jars and stuff and leave them open outside during the day, then close them right before it gets dark, put them in the garage. And then when you're frozen at negative 40 degrees, you can open them back up and get that heat.
Yeah, I don't know from an engineering standpoint. Now, I don't have an engineering degree per se, but I'm going to say that's not going to work.
I'm sure you've lied about having an engineering degree at one point in your life so far.
You know what my favorite thing to do is no matter what the subject is, I like to say, as a former blank, so like let's say you're at a business lunch and someone says, well, any good attorney will tell you that case is obviously going to go to trial. And I always like to go, well, listen, as a former attorney myself, I can tell you that absolutely it will go. But like same thing, like if someone's like, yeah, the Raiders should have never traded for Devontae Adams. I just don't know what that general manager was thinking. You go, listen, as a former general manager myself, what you don't understand about that trade, so
you used it on me once. I was like, yeah, I can't believe that guy cheated on his wife. And you go, yeah, knowing as a guy that has cheated on his wife a lot of times, I would have done it this way.
Yes, that's exactly what I said. And
it worked out so good.
Yeah, I know. Hey, so on happier news, besides
what's happier?
Besides the heat.
The internet break, because that would be great.
That would be great. The Mega Millions jackpot is up to 660 million. And I gotta ask, Mr. Chris.
Whoa.
okay, we get it. Everyone knows, okay, you win the money, you pay off houses, you pay off bills, I'm going to give everyone in my family $1 million and, all that kind of stuff. I get it.
That's funny because
I know. And I know. Same here. My wife asked me the same thing. She goes, "Would you give everyone like $1 million?" I'm like, "No, I would give some people $1 million. I
would just pay off all their debt.
It would be a very short list, but I would literally go, "Yeah, mom, here's $1 million." But that uncle that was an asshole to me, no. I'm gonna send you literally $50 because that's more insulting that I only sent you 50 than if I sent you nothing. Anyway,
am I on the nice or naughty list with you?
No, you're on the nice list. I would want to support the This Is Funner network, and I would at least send you $28. So the question is, you win the Mega Millions. Besides all the normal stuff that you do, what is that one, just because this is just such an insane amount of money, right? This is like, you can't even imagine having this much money. What's that one, like, just over the top, I'm going to blow this money on really something really dumb and stupid, but I've always wanted this. What's your like blowout idea of what you would do with it?
Well, it's funny you ask, because I've actually thought about this a lot, and not just because you told me we were going to talk about it, but just something that I wanted to do for a long time, because we did it once kind of with my family, and it was pretty cool. Was we all went on a cruise together. My family, my immediate family, and then some of extended friends. We'd never been on one. It was really cool. We got like piggybacked on somebody's group rate, went to the Southern Caribbean, 7 days, really great. I've been on a cruise since, just like 2 days here, which was fun. Here in the Long Beach, testing out one of the new Norwegian cruise boats with the go-karts on the back and shit. Is really, really cool. Nice. Yeah, Margaritaville underneath the go-kart track. It was fucking dope. But what I would do is I would rent or buy, or whatever the hell it is, the whole, like, one whole floor with like 50 rooms, and just on the ship that I want, on the best one that I want. Maybe it's big, maybe it's small, I don't know. And then invite 50 couples, families, or whatever, and go, I'll fly you there. You get on the boat. Everything's taken care of. This is my present to you. I love you guys. You guys are my family. Let's go have a good time, because life's too short.
That's actually a really cool way of doing. I like that, because that's just one of those, we own this level of the boat. Like, this is our level of the boat. You could even have it like roped off to where you have to have a special card to get on this level.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I like that a lot. That's a great idea. Mine, you couldn't do it with any major team, because the Yankees or the Dodgers or anyone like that.
Wow. You're going to pimp out your wife when you win the lottery?
No, nothing like that. But no, I would go to a small to mid-market team, and I would buy the team and be an owner of like a Major League Baseball team. Like I'm sure at this point, listen, I know the Yankees would be, $80 billion, so I would be able to afford it with $660 million. But like, I bet you I could buy the Tampa Bay Rays.
You know what I just heard?
What?
Job security. Because if you buy them, I get to be the commentator, or at least the color guy.
100%. Oh, 100%. Hell, dude, I would be the only owner / public address, I'd be the public address announcer. Now batting number 27. Dude, I would have a blast. I'd have the funnest giveaway nights and funnest event nights. And here's the thing:
weird things about the batters as they come up. Yeah. Coming up at first baseman, his poop smells really bad.
They call him Cocoa Puffs, not because he eats Cocoa Puffs, because all of his poops are in little pellet form. Welcome, first baseman Adrian Gonzalez. No, I would do something like that, because I look at it this way: that's all found money, right? Like, you didn't earn that money. That's like you found the world's biggest wallet in the street, and you just hit the lucky thing. So if I bought a major league team and just had the time of my life, if in a decade I went completely bankrupt and it was all over and the dream was over, I would have had the greatest, funnest decade of my life. Just my family would be happy. We would be legends in whatever town that we would do it in. And if it all ended after a certain period of time, I would be like, I could go right back to doing what I was doing, being like, cool. I you know what I mean? Like, I could blow it all. That would be my big Mega Millions, like, blow it.
Have you seen the documentary Bad Bastards of Baseball?
Yes.
Okay, so then you've seen that. So that's a similar story. It's just he didn't win the lottery. He was just an actor that made a lot of money. It wasn't a major league team. It was a AAA or whatever it was back then. But
now I want to do a major league team because they do make money. I mean, let's these owners always try to pretend like
he made a lot of money. He made a lot of money. They just kicked him out because there was no independent owners anymore.
Right. But like, if you bought like right now, the Kyler Murray just signed a $48 million contract, but he was drafted by the Oakland A's and chose football over baseball. The entire Oakland A's team, who he was drafted by, is at 41 million. So he's making 7 million more per year than the entire team is being paid. My point is if I went right now with $600 million, I could buy the Oakland A's and still have 60 million left over to put in the bank and go, okay, that 60 million is to pay for houses, bills, to put in the bank. This is going to take care of us for the rest of our lives, right? The 600 million is just blowing it away, and I'm going to own the Oakland A's, and it's just going to be the funnest time you will have ever had until all the money goes away or they kick me out as an owner. They asked me to leave,
Okay, so what's the first thing you do? You're owner, you just bought the Oakland A's. You're like, okay, I'm here. I'm on my stadium. What's the first thing you do?
I have topless night.
Topless night.
21 and over.
No, I was talking about you. Just you.
Oh,
just you. You're walking through the stadium. You got the key to a new house. Nobody's with you. You're just walking around. What would you do?
I would obviously go play home run derby, like at nighttime with the lights on, to a completely empty stadium, just me and like, or maybe me and a buddy or whatever, and just have a pitching machine and just play home run derby. Like that's right. First thing I would do is do that. Absolutely.
After you ran around naked a little bit and took a shit on one plate.
Well, that's why I want the stadium to be completely empty. I mean, because I would run around naked. I would go I would probably want to do a slip and slide, right? Like across the entire outfield, just to see if you could. I would do a thing where you pull me on a ATV 4-wheeler to get me up to speed, like on a sled, and you whip me right past the slip and slide, and I jump off going 40 miles an hour to see if I can slip and slide across the entire outfield
and go through the wall and go end up in the dugout.
Right. And by the way, I would even do this probably during a game, like in between the 5th and 6th innings. Like, okay, now welcome the mascot so-and-so. He's shooting t-shirts out of a can or whatever. And our owner of our team is going to slip and slide in a G-string across the outfield. Like that. I can see what I would do.
Like every few years, a different body part's broken. Like, don't worry, he's been hobbling for years. He's had that limp forever. Don't worry, that leg's been gone for a year.
Like year 10, it's like, welcome to the outfield. Attempting his annual slip and slide is our owner, Eric Lecky. Now, don't mind the hospital gurney. We're gonna just wheel him down the slip and slide. But that's exactly what I would do. And I just would figure I got 60 million in the bank. My family's taken care of. By the way, even if you own the team and you wind up blowing everything, at some point you could sell the team. And even if you sell it and you lost all that money, even if you lost all the money, and someone would still pay a few $100 million for it. So it's a good investment. You would have the time of your life until Major League Baseball came along and said, we're going to have to ask you to leave.
And please put on pants.
For the love of God, put on pants. Yeah. But anyways, that's what I would do if I won the Mega Millions. In other really, really potentially good news, the FCC, which is the Federal Communications something or other Commission.
Yeah. I went to school for that.
Yeah, it really paid off. The FCC says, and I'm using quotation marks around the says, that it is going to crack down on those auto warranty robocalls that everyone's been getting. Now, here's what I find funny, though. They're finally addressing, and this is my exact reason why I'm a libertarian and not a member of any of the major political parties. I don't think any of them could do anything. The government sucks. They don't do anything right, no matter who's in charge. And my point is it even says in this article I'm reading, the FCC decided to take notice after 2 straight years of it being the #1 complaint call that they've gotten, and actually in the top 3 of complaints since 2018. Now, and it also says most of these calls are already illegal under US law, whatever. So my point is, if the FCC has known about it for years, and this is the #1 complaint for everyone for a bunch of years to the FCC, more so than Janet Jackson's boob or any of the other bullshit that they get mad about, the fact that they're just now like, hey, so maybe we should do something about it, is exactly why I don't trust them that they're going to get it done. But they claim that they're going to end these calls for everybody.
Well, there's 2 things to think about. One, they don't know how to do it. They can't do it.
There's no way.
No, there's no way they can do it because it's all bots and shit. 2, if this was a person that had said something, and they had that many complaints, they would have been off the air, fined, put in jail.
%.
After the second, maybe even after the first comment, they'd be pulled. But since it's some robot somewhere and it's just harassing everyone,
yes,
and not just this one person.
And what are the odds that the stupid government is going to be able to figure out how to stop it and be a step ahead of the criminals anyways? Like the odds are so staggeringly low that it's laughable. Now, I appreciate that they want to stop it because it's one of the most annoying things ever, but I just highly doubt. Remember, like this is like a decade ago, they claimed that if you set your phone number into this government website, they would block all spam calls. That lasted for what, 3 months? And then we all got calls again. So no, I don't believe it's going to actually come to fruition there.
It's even gotten to the point, I have Verizon, where I'll get a phone call and it'll be like, this is potential spam. And I'm like, I'm not answering that then. You know, it's like, it tells me, it doesn't say like, you know, Colton, California or Grapevine, Texas. It says potential spam and then the number. And I'm like, well, I've never lived in potential spam. I'm going to close that.
So a funny, I don't play as many practical jokes as I used to, just because, you know, I would be divorced at this point if I.
And you limp. You can't run fast enough.
And I can't run away fast enough. That's also true. Like when you pull some of the shit I've pulled, you have to be able to run away. I mean, that's part of it. But one of the ones I like doing is if you get a hold of someone's phone, go to like an important contact for them, their wife, their mother, their father, whatever, and change the name to spam.
Oh God.
So when their mother is calling them, it says spam and they hang up and then they call again and it's spam and they hang up and they don't answer and they don't answer. And then eventually they get in a lot of like the family members like, why are you hanging up on me? And then they look and they see that their name has been changed to spam.
That would work for only a little bit because then their text messages would be changed to spam.
Yeah, which is still funny to me though. I mean,
or you erase their number out of their contact and then just put their number in a new one called spam.
Ooh, that's a good one too. But anyways, I would try that with your wife and let me know how it goes.
Oh hell no!
One last thing from this story is now this is going to cover a 2-year period. So because it's 2020 and 2021 when they have this data, 2-year period. How many phone calls, / messages, whatever you want to call it, about the auto warranty was sent out in the United States?
240 million.
Oh, this is going to blow your mind. 8 billion messages about extended vehicle warranties have appeared in the years of 2020 and 2021 and some of 2022 that the data has shown.
8 billion.
8 billion. There's only 400 million people in the United States. Now, I'm no math wizard, but that's exactly many times per person. You're gonna have to edit the correct number in because I really don't know math. So later on, edit in, like do it on a calculator and edit in that number in that blank spot. Thank you very much. But anyways, that's a ton of messages. That means like everyone in the United States has been called like 50 times with this.
It's true. I have.
Yeah, I know.
I'm sure I have.
8 billion. That number just blew my mind when I saw that. So,
I honestly think that I'm on the higher end and I'm making up for some of these people that don't.
Yeah, there's some guy out there who has never been called on it. He's like, what's the big deal, everybody? And meanwhile, there's someone else who is getting 700 calls per day.
Yep. It's so true. That's
before we move on to an SMRT, because I do have a couple of fun ones today. I wanted to ask you, we talk TV shows a lot, we talk movies a lot. I wanted to ask you if you have been able to watch this show on HBO Max called The Rehearsal. Have you heard of it? Have you heard of some of the buzz that's around it? Because it's definitely like a very buzzworthy show at the moment. Have you heard of it?
Rehearsal? Let me look it up because I'll be honest, we've watched so many shows over the last couple of years that I can't remember the names.
Oh, this is brand new. In fact, the second episode comes out tonight. It's only had 1 episode. The second episode I will be watching like in an hour from now because I can't wait for it to go. Okay. Do you remember the guy?
Hold on. I'm looking at it right now. You need to keep talking though because I'm freaking out a little bit what I'm seeing. Are they all the dolls?
Oh yeah, they're showing you clips from the whole series. So
the trailer. Okay, I'm not. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
So do you remember the guy Nathan Fielder? Have you ever seen the show Nathan for You?
No.
Okay. Nathan Fielder is like this. He's like a comedian that never has a funny face. He has like a very straight man, boring kind of like face, but he's actually amazingly intelligent and has a mind for comedy.
He always plays straight Baskets.
Okay, similar. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
What's her name?
I can't remember. I'm so bad with it. But yeah,
I'm looking right now. Her name's Martha Kelly.
Martha Kelly. So this guy's totally playing the straight man, but like he never admits that it's comedy, but he's totally doing comedy, right? Anyways. So he had a show, Nathan For You, which is where he would go to a struggling business and say, "Oh, you're a coffee shop and you can't compete with Starbucks. What if we, he comes up with like the most crazy over the top branding idea and says, will you give me 2 weeks to do anything I want? And I'm going to turn your business around." But it was always as a joke. It was always something really funny or over the top or whatever. Anyways, I loved the show. And he had been talking about this new show that he has been working on and kind of working on it in secret for a while. And for his Nathan For You show, it was like his budget for the show was like $35 per episode because it looks like it was shot on an iPhone and they had no props, no budget, no whatever. This rehearsal show, Chris, when you watch, because I 100% want you to watch it. You and Evelyn together, I really want you to watch the show. I swear to you, his budget has to be $1 million.
Okay, go back $1 million budget. Really?
Oh no, I swear, like I might only be exaggerating by a little bit because when you see what goes on in an episode, you have to just sit there. You know how TV shows are filmed, how much money and time and effort, how much of a crew that he had to have, how many extras, how many whatever. So here's the concept of the whole show. And I'm going to read you the description from Rotten Tomatoes, which, by the way, it has a 95 from critics and a 98 from audience on Rotten Tomatoes. Nathan Fielder returns to television to explore the lengths that one person will go to reduce the uncertainties of everyday life. He stars as the director of rehearsals, which are elaborately staged scenarios recreating parts of an ordinary person's life to help them prepare for a big moment of their life. So, for instance, the first episode is a guy who wants to admit this lie that he's been lying to all of his friends for like 2 decades about something. And it's something really minuscule. It's like, I think he's lying that he had a master's degree in college when he never even went to college. And so he's been telling them that he has a master's degree and all. So it's something really small. And so Nathan Fielder goes, okay, we're going to rehearse everything about that night when you tell them this lie, this confession. And we're going to recreate every single moment and you're going to practice it 100 times so that when it really happens, you've nailed every scenario. And so he literally will recreate, oh, you're going to have this in a restaurant. We're going to build the set of the restaurant down to what the stools are like, everything. We're going to play the same music and we're going to hire actors to fill this restaurant and we're going to throw different scenarios at you. And you're going to keep practicing it on hidden video until you nail it. And then we're going to hidden video you doing the real confession or the real thing. And it's so brilliantly smart that it's one of the smartest shows I've seen on television in a long time. You'll get secondhand embarrassment watching the show. Like you'll be like, oh my God, that's so embarrassing. And you'll be embarrassed for the person participating. You'll be embarrassed for Nathan, but you'll also be really impressed at the amount of work that had to go in and the planning that had to go into the episode. So I'd love for you to watch it. Tell me what you think. And it's an insane idea for a show.
I have one question though. Is this like him with real people in real life?
Real people.
Real people in real life.
Yeah, but everyone he hires on the show is an actor. So he'll say, hey, Chris, you're going to do a first live podcast in front of 500 people and it's all you up on stage and you're really nervous. I'm going to hire 500 actors to be out on the stage and we're going to have like different scenarios thrown at you. Wow. And we're going to record it. And one guy in the audience might heckle you for a while, but it's an actor that he hired to heckle you, and everything down to even the type of microphone that's going to be used on that day. Everything is copied. So you're living this like avatar version and you rehearse it. And then he goes, okay, now go do it for real. And then you go out and do it for real, but you've rehearsed it 100 times.
That's gnarly. Okay.
It's a super insane show. And it's like, it's never like laugh out loud where he's like telling a joke. It's just the scenarios are so over the top, very Borat-like, where the scenarios are so over the top. You're like, oh my God, this is insane. So huge fan of the show. Totally going to watch the next episode tonight. Can't wait.
I'm looking at the description of each episode, and without seeing it, it's a little confusing.
Oh, it's very confusing. You will spend no joke. You will spend the first 20 minutes of the show trying to figure out. You're literally be asking yourself, "What the hell is this?" Like, but in a good way, where you're literally like, "I don't know what I'm watching right now, but I can't take my eyes off of it." Like,
well, we'll have to watch it. It's on our list. Hey, before we go into SMRT, I want to say it's been 16 years since my wife and I met.
Oh my
Like
goodness.
literally first date was yesterday. So
wow. And it's been
your
17 years since your wife and I met.
No, no,
We came up with our
met my wife.
plan, and we came up with our plan to secretly torment your life over the next decade and a half.
Sleeping with my wife's not tormenting me.
I didn't say we slept together. I just said we met.
No, I'm talking about me sleeping with my wife.
I was gonna say I never said that. Hey man, congratulations. She's a good egg, a good woman, and you are luckier than all hell to be with her because she's better than you in about every way.
It's true. And I have a recommendation for a TV show too. The Bear. Watch
absolutely.
The Bear on Hulu.
Oh, dude. Okay. It's on the list. Everyone has said that show is just insanely good. So.
We just finished the first season. It is. I've worked in restaurants for a long time, so I get a lot of the stuff. I understand a lot more, I think, than most people, but everybody watches those food shows, so they're going to love it. You're going to love it. So,
oh yeah, I can't wait. I'm definitely 100% all in. All right, let's get to an SMRT.
I am too smart. I am too smart. SMRT. I mean SMART.
Okay.
You know, normally it's a Florida story, and I thought, why not travel around the world in this particular case? And so this episode of SMRT is going to be a worldly. It's an international version, if you will.
Oh, whoa.
So first, we're going all the way to India. Now, there's been some controversy where people have been complaining that the river, their main water source, is contaminated. And they've been telling the government, you have to do something. This is contaminated. This is our water supply. This is what we irrigate to water our food, you know, to grow food. This is like part of our drinking water.
And the government goes, deal with it.
So the headline, days after drinking water from the Kalibine River, the central minister is now in the hospital. He was trying to prove that the water is safe. So on television, he dipped a cup in the lake, in the river, drank it on national TV and said, everything is fine as you can see. 2 days later, he was rushed to the hospitals, taken ill with a severe stomach ache that, quote, is eating his intestines from the inside.
Wow.
It says the ailment was attempted to be kept a closely guarded secret because the government did not want it to get out that it happened. But a hospital staff who was angered by the cover up leaked all of the information to the press, and the press is now covering it. And it's a big deal. But the video of him, it's harder to find. I literally had to look on like 10 different websites to find it. But there's a video. I've found some pictures of him. But yeah, he's dipping the cup in the water, takes a drink, smiles on camera, says, see, nothing to worry about, people. And then he all of a sudden catches, like, I don't know, something that's 10 times worse than the monkeypox.
I'm looking at a picture of it now. That is hilarious. Hold on. I'm going to push play and then I'm going to mute it. Okay. He gets the cup, takes a drink. Oh yeah. See, there's nothing wrong.
Nothing wrong, man. Everything's fine.
It's a glass of water, polluted water from a holy river.
By the way, if you could see the picture of the river behind it, I wouldn't drink from that river. It looks polluted. It's green. It's not the green like, ooh, those pristine green waters. It's green like sewer water green.
Yeah, like everybody's pooping and peeing in it.
Yeah. And also it's India, and I wouldn't trust any water from India, just saying. So yeah, I thought that was funny because I just love the concept of a guy going, out of my way, I'm going to show all these stupid peasants that this water's fine. Or was it that? Or was it he drew the short straw from the government and they're like, all right, one of us has to go try and convince the masses that they're going crazy and this has nothing to do with the pollution. Who's going to do it? No, everyone's no, looking down. All right, if no one's going to volunteer, then we're going to have to pick. And then, this guy, Mr. Patel or whatever his name was, drew the short straw and goes, shit. Yeah, I gotta drink this. All right, fine. Well, it can't be that bad.
This just in. He's dead. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised. All right, that was story number 1. Our second story of a trip around the world. We're going all the way to South Africa.
Whoa.
South Africa, all over the world. So there's a pastor in this church. I'm getting a little bit of hot water because images started to leak out of him sitting on the faces of his parishioners. So they come up one by one and he's sitting on their face. He blesses them. And I mean, like literally like Like, yeah, he has his pants on, but like he's teabagging them. Like he's literally like their faces lay down. He's laying on them. And you think that's pretty weird until you read the next line of the story where it says he farts on them to bless them.
Okay. That's wow.
Okay, now
that's
here's my favorite line. Wait, I got two favorite lines, and like maybe in the history of my life, that both occur in this story. The first one, when he's interviewed, by the way, he refutes this. He says, "No, don't say that I'm farting on people." He says, "Quote, I don't fart on people, I heal people." So that is one of my all-time favorite stains. And then
oh my God.
Hold on, I want to scroll because I gotta get the other quote that I like literally
he's literally sitting on this guy's head.
Yeah.
Not even like taking
okay. All right. And then there's this quote. God, I can't stop laughing at this. Okay, because they're interviewing a bunch of people that attend the church, and some people are like so disappointed, and they're like,
they don't have pink eye.
Or brown eye. Okay. In the story, there's many quotes and they're all hilarious, but this is the one that just gave me the junior high school giggles. A 40-year-old woman has said she stopped attending this church, which, okay, that's a funny line where you're like, hey, do you go to that fart church anymore? Yeah, I stopped going. Anyways, she stopped attending the church, added, quote, that's not what I signed up for. I need prayers, not farts.
Oh my God. This is
and by the way, I need prayers, not farts is going on the official We Should Be Better at This t-shirt.
I'm gonna make a shirt.
We need prayers, not farts, is literally one of the funniest lines. I don't think a writer in Hollywood could have written a funnier line than I need prayers, not farts. But yes, it says other pastors come out and condemned him. He still refuses the description over and over again that he's farting on them. He says that is a shallow view of what he's doing. He is healing these people. So question becomes, do you think this is some sort of sexual fetish and he's getting off on this?
Yes, 100%. Yeah, that's what most of those.
Or is he just a crazy guy that's farting on people because it's fun? Now, I would have way more respect for him if this is one of those Nathan Fielder, the rehearsal show bits, or a Borat joke. Like, by the way, I'm in 100%. I'm in. But if it's the same stuff going on, but it's a sexual thing that he's doing to these people, I am now so out, and I think that it's horrible and disgusting. If he's doing it for a joke, he is my new Lord and Savior. If he's doing this as a sexual thing, I want this guy locked up. I don't know.
The dedicated joke, and gosh, if it ever comes out that it was, I swear he'll probably end up dead somewhere.
Yeah,
with pink eye.
With pink eye. Yeah, and that's the thing. When the people finally have had enough of him, do you think at some point he's going to be like held down, tied down like a medieval table that stretches you out, and the entire town's going to come?
Like William Wallace, and he goes, flagellant.
All right, since we can't beat that joke, we're gonna have to go out on that one. Chris just shouting flatulence like William Wallace. But yes, I think that's exactly what happened, and we're gonna end on that note. Thank you for listening to We Should Be Better at This. Please check out my podcast, Listen to This, which is in the middle of season 8, which is amazing. I've made it this far, not been taken off the airwaves. And Chris's show Plus One is super fun and interesting, and conversate with us, which is always a favorite of mine as well.
Yeah, that's all at thisisfunner.com. I'm not going to plug anything else, but we'll catch you guys next time.
All righty, on the flippity flip
for shizzle.
Yeah.